Easy Tiger is for me, like personally, it's a portrait. It's a portrait of a young man living in a city. He's a therapist, and I think we follow the therapist over a period of time in his year, in his life, and I was actually, how do you say, I was intrigued by the fact that therapists most of the time we have a perspective on therapists that they know it very well and objectively, and they can help everybody. But from the moment they have to use the tools that they learned for themselves, it's sometimes very difficult because they are not trained in that. And I found it very intriguing, and that's like the the basic starting point of writing and shooting the film. Like what is the inner side of the inner world of a therapist when he is struggling with who he is and what his identity is. Actually, it's Easy Tiger, so it's more connected with somebody saying like, "Whoa, take it easy," and yeah, you will see it comes across in the film. But to me, it was like a kind of metaphor of saying sometimes it's important as a person to stay soft in life and sometimes stand still and watch things from a different perspective to be able to find who you are and what your intentions are and what forms it can take to manifest those things. And yeah, that's why it's called Ho Ho Easy Tiger. I don't see the film really as a story or like a plot-wise narrative. For me, it's more a kind of observation of how somebody is trying to find tools in his life to find who he is. And my focus point was actually the physicality of the actors instead of really like a plot narrative. And within that, my team and I really searched for the essence of how, in which way you can come very close, like literally to the skin of an actor, and what can the body tell instead of the story that the body is in, you know? I think I take a step back. I'm officially graduated as an actor, so alongside of my work as making within my platform Barry, I'm also teaching at the conservatory and at the Royal Academy of Fine Arts in Antwerp, and I'm freelancing actor. And after a certain amount of years freelancing and being just a body in the imagination of somebody else, of a director, I really became unhappy of that because I was looking for a way to, yeah, sometimes be part of the content and just not like a playing thing in the tableau he or she or they want to make. And that's why I started creating myself, to find new ways of working together with performers to go to true embodiment, honest embodiment. And in that way, most of the time, no, actually all the time, I work from a certain content that interests me a lot. And then I do a long research on it. And then when the content comes, I start to search for the right bodies to embody the content. And then the next step is finding the form. So that's why sometimes it's a film and sometimes it's an installation and sometimes it's a performance. And here in the end it became a film because I really needed the medium of a camera to also share my way of looking at bodies. And that was yeah, very important to me, to find my own way in that. And yeah. Well, it's interesting because I think I have my own story in the film, and I try to keep a lot of things open for an audience to find its own story. And a lot of people, that's what I like. When people come out of the cinema, they have a kind of feeling, a kind of resonation with their own life, but sometimes they are not able to find the words. And I always get very touched or emotion by it, because it means that the image goes directly to the body and not on it's not just stuck on a mental level of understanding. And um, I think that within that, the story goes every time about the one who is watching the film. And sometimes people say like, wow, it's about death. Some people say like, wow, it's about whatever it is, or about a sorrow, or it's about love, or, and I think what I try to do is to make a story that is about that all, because being human is a layering of all those things. And I think it would be sad to say like it's a film about this. I think it's a film, to me at least personal, that acts about being with somebody who is trying to deal with being human and what comes across with that. And that's finding love, or rethinking love, or the form of love. And what is love? Can love be an or situation and not an and situation? To me, the basic intention was to create a film that can create the same kind of experience for a hearing and a non or other hearing audience. And that's why we also not alone turned the role of the therapist inside out, but also of the medium of the cinema. Because normally it's audio-visual, and I took away the audio in the beginning to see like what do we need visually to create the the film. And from there we started rethinking and rebuilding the medium again. So for example, I edited without sound to really see like what are the bodies telling, um, what do I see, do I see enough, what do I share, what I don't share. And then from there we started to put extra layers. And most of the time within cinema, for me, the music, it's called music, is literally put under something to create a certain direction of an emotionality or a psychology. And I'm not really interested in spooning that into my audience of like this is the way how you have to interpret it. So to me, the choice of having a non-hearing person is for me also very interesting, because you have to choose a total different way of filming, the process towards the filming on set. You have to rethink language in a film. You have to rethink bodies, the camera work. And also, I'm so intrigued by their world because it's a very direct way of communicating. They have a total other construction and how they perceive the world, because we do a lot on the hearing, and they have yeah, they perceive everything in the sight. So they most of the time have a more direct way of communicating, which I like. Yeah, they watch the world differently, or they perceive the world differently, and it was. I also connect with them because it takes the tempo down. I really like in my work to go for slow movements, to be able to also show what is really happening. You will see in the editing that there are long takes to be able to really see and keep on discovering new things in the image. And yeah, to me it was very much the key to embody that was having non-hearing persons on set. Yeah.